This is a sit-stand desk review of the Flexispot Stand Desk Pro standing desk. And if you've been looking for a sit-stand desk, then watch this video. Ever since I bought the Jarvis Sit Stand Legs with the IKEA top for my boys, I wanted one for myself. The traditional desk wasn't really at an ergonomic height for me, and my knees kept on hitting the side of the drawer. In this video, not only will I review the Flexispot Stand Desk Pro, but I will go over the things that you'll want to do to make sure your cable management is top notch. If you've been considering a sit-stand desk, you'll want to check this one out, as I'll be comparing it to the popular Jarvis setup. Where to buy? You can go direct to the Flexispot website and select the Stand Desk Pro you want. I selected the black frame with black desktop since it will match my other desk. What attracted me to this desk is that it can be assembled in less than 5 minutes. You'll see that it has a lot of great reviews. Another place you can buy is on Amazon. It doesn't have as many reviews as the Jarvis I reviewed, but I expect that to change as more people discover the Flexispot. After I ordered, I received 2 large boxes within 2 days. It helps that I live relatively near the distribution center in the San Francisco Bay Area. Although the boxes took a bit of cosmetic damage, the desk and legs are nicely packed, and all the pieces were spotless. When I ordered the Jarvis legs, I opted to buy my own desktop from IKEA. If you haven't seen my video review, see the card above or the description. Keep in mind that these boxes are heavy, but I was able to carry them up 3 flights of stairs on my own. It would have been much easier with someone else, or if I unpacked the boxes downstairs and brought up the pieces separately. In the end, it was easy enough to assemble all by myself. Assembly. Assembling this desk was way easier than the Jarvis since I only had to screw on the 2 legs and the control panel. The website claims that you can put this together in 5 minutes, and I don't doubt it, but it took some time to record and you can see the elapsed time. It essentially comes in 3 pieces, 2 legs and the desk. The legs have a flatter and more angled design than the Jarvis, but the welds were also pretty clean. When screwing on the legs, make sure there are no gaps. You want to make sure it's tight as possible. These are the adjustable feet. I'm sure you can buy casters for these if you need the desk to be mobile. Make sure you attach the cable management trays the right way. If you haven't invested in an impact drill, I say go ahead and do it. You'll find a lot more uses than you might think. Desktop. The Flexispot black desktop is much more solid than the Linman top from IKEA. Keep in mind that the IKEA top basically has honeycomb cardboard inside. That made it a challenge to screw things into the IKEA desk. However, I haven't had any of those challenges with the Flexispot desk. Another bonus of the Flexispot desk is that there are pre-drilled holes for the legs and the control panel. Use. The automatic control panel was a key factor since I wanted to save sit and stand positions. When I tried the IKEA sit stand desk with the crank, I couldn't imagine having to sit there and crank it up and down. The control panel makes it super easy to just press a button and make a change. It has a digital display where you can adjust the height from 24.8 to 49.6 inches. Programming is pretty simple. Just press M, the display will then show S, then you select the number you want to save it to. I have my sit position on 1 and the stand position on 2. I purchased some metal desk cord organizers on Amazon, but with this desk I found some cable channels that are much easier to work with. Does it wobble? At sitting height, it's extremely stable, but not more so than the Jarvis desk. I never noticed it while working, but here's what it looks like with a glass of water. My son also attaches a Logitech steering wheel to the Jarvis IKEA desk setup with no issues. I would imagine that this would be the same with the Flexispot since it has a more solid 1-inch thick desktop. I'm 5'8", and at standing height, there's a slight wobble, but I have to try much harder at lower positions to make it move. Pretty much all standing desks have similar design legs will have some wobble compared to a stationary desk with 4 legs. I haven't had any issues with stability, but if you think you would, you might want to consider the standing desk with 4 legs now that they make them. In my last video, I bought metal organizers, but the Flexispot desk has some built-in cord management. This is a big plus above the Jarvis legs. I also bought some plastic cord channels. As a heads up, don't ever bother with the plastic cable mounting clips that come with many desks. Although it took a few minutes to put the desk together, it took me a few hours for me to think about how I could best organize the cables. I did this before flipping the desk over. I also had to buy a couple of things to help me organize. Be sure to check the links in the description. In my previous stationary desk, I put a Cyberdyne UPS battery hidden behind the drawers. I considered using a metal PC mount and then a belt mount, but I didn't want to mount it vertically. Just like in my cable management organization video, I decided to put the industrial Velcro to use and stick it to the bottom of the desk. It worked perfectly. If you're into voiceovers, you've probably heard of the DBX 286S. I always envisioned mounting one underneath my desk, and I finally found the perfect mount. At first, I had the Focusrite claret closer to the middle of the desk, but my right knee would bump into it every once in a while. I decided to just move it over to the right, and now it's no longer a problem. I also like that I have quick access to the speaker and headphone volume knobs. When I flipped the desk over, I was shocked to see how much space I had. I was worried that I would miss the 3 drawers, so I bought an Alex storage desk from IKEA. But after KonMariing my drawers and removing everything and placing them in a pile in the middle of the floor, I just realized I was storing a bunch of stuff I wasn't using. I was able to consolidate all my existing stuff into the drawers I already had. As for the scanner, I also put that away since I don't use it daily. The connections are readily available. For ambient lighting, I bought some RGB strips that I can control with Alexa. Check this out. Alexa, set Gary's desk lights to blue.
Okay, cool.
What I like about the Flexispot. The Flexispot was much easier to assemble than the Jarvis. Shipping was fast. It arrived within 2 days for me. The legs included built-in cable management. The desk is very solid. Depending on your tolerance to noise, it's not too loud in my ears, but has a cool motor sound. Here's an example. And here's a sample of the Jarvis for reference. The motors are rated to 220 pounds, but here's my 11 and 9-year-old being lifted with ease.
It's slow. Is this how fast it goes without us on it?
What I don't like. The black desktop is prone to fingerprints. The control panel has a membrane-like switch that takes a good solid press compared to the Jarvis. Not a deal breaker, but it's noticeable because I'm used to the Jarvis control panel. I tested the safety feature of my old Herman Miller chair with nothing on my desk, but it didn't stop or auto-reverse like on the website. But to be honest, even after 2 years of owning a standing desk, this was never an issue. Overall, I like this desk more than the Jarvis because it's super simple to put together, and the built-in cable management reduces the number of things you need to buy. We have sit-stand desks at the office which are hydraulic. They are nice and smooth, but they seem to wobble more and don't seem to take weight well on the front edges of the desk. If you choose to invest in one of these, please leave a comment letting me know if this helped or not. I'm just really stoked now that I have my own standing desk, and if you're in the market for one, just get it. You won't regret it. If you're new to my channel, please consider subscribing. This is my new home for tech reviews. Thanks for watching.
Yeah.